Stephen Friend pursued his dream by founding his company Sage Bionetworks. He wants to do for science what Facebook and Twitter did for the internet, making scientific data open source so everyone can benefit. Mr. Friend, that are huge ambitions. How are you going to realize them?
Not by myself.
Not by yourself, no?
This is something which all need to help in. And the work we do is just a catalyst, just to get things started. Because much of what needs to be done is to wake people up to the fact that they can get online, they can look at social media. But when it comes to understanding their own diseases, of actually taking an interest in that, most are in denial, most are excluded, most patients feel helpless.
Okay, and what about the researchers, the scientific people? Do they share information? Do they want to share information?
I'm going to answer it two ways. I'm going to answer a little bit on the, at some deep level, absolutely they want to, but we have built a reward structure in our universities, in our industry, that actually is not built for rewarding people who want to share. So we must come up with new ways to actually get that inner drive out so that they can.
But the rewards are not good. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? What is the reverse incentive that's in there?
Yeah. So the first is the reality. People, to get their tenure, to get rewards among their peers, need to have a first or last authorship on a paper. This is the currency. This is the money. And if you have 20 people and only one is going to be first author, you can imagine they protect their position like a game of chess.
Okay,
so
they want to be in the first position.
That's right. And the reward system, the way we have it, they have to. So imagine a system now where actually you could track exactly what people did. And you could give the credit then for the action, not for the publication.
For the very contribution of this person.
Exactly.
Okay.
And if you reward people for what they do, then they're likely to go, hey, I can do more of that if I share. But to do that, we have to have a way where people can actually work together on their problems and have that attribution, have that credit given for the task, not for the authorship.
Okay, and do you think there will be a system soon to do that? Yeah.
I do. We have been working on a system that I hope will get evolved into something else that's called Synapse. But the point here is it's a compute space. It's a way for people to track what each other is doing. And out of that, I'm sure will come a better model. But the point is, this is not science fiction. Today, people can begin to do those trials, those little pilots, and that's what we're doing, pilots.
So pilots, but pilots become experiments, but when they come real, everyday stuff.
Yeah. So this month, this past month, March, a paper came out, just such a pilot, where people in 5 labs started sharing data, and the credit was given in this distributed way. So I think in terms of, can it happen today? Now, separate question is, at what point do people beg to be in that system? And that's when they see others.
You want to turn it around.
That's right.
People really want to take part in it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that will take them watching their peers, watching their friends, going, hey, they're getting things done I wish I could do. And then it will turn.
Okay, apart from the rewarding system, what's the biggest barrier for that?
Biggest barrier for that is the fact that most of the data is in a closed medical information system. So universities, industry have it locked up. So even if people wanted to share, we have to have some way of opening it up. So we've also been working on a way by which the patient can say, I gave you my sample, I want it back.
And so there's a role for the patient.
That's right, it has to be. At the center, the patient has to be. And if they control the data, they can say, hey, I would like to share it. So John Wilbanks, working on personal or the portable legal consent, is working just on that problem.
And do you have a question for patients to act differently than they do mostly now?
I find it easier to activate patients than to change the behavior in scientists.
Oh,
I think patients have been waiting to be asked. So I see they're pregnant with opportunity, and I think when you go and give them an opportunity, say, come, you pose your own question. What question would you like to ask? Then I think the scientific question gets better. So that link, I think, is soon to be commonplace, not rare.
So the role you like to have for the patients is that patients say, well, I share my information, I want you to share yours.
Yes, and one slight change, which is an important one, which is citizens need to realize that each of us are going to be a patient. Each of us could be a researcher and a funder. And I think when people start realizing every day is a day they could be any of those roles, then that activated citizen is ready to engage with the scientist.
Okay, but you said it's not science fiction.
Yeah.
The pilots are not, but when does it really become a reality that every scientist will be willing to share the information?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it's going to be in the next 2-3 years. And why I say that is in physics, this has already happened. So if it never happened, you go, are you sure? Synthetic biologists, these young kids that do synthetic biology, they already do it. So I think since other scientific disciplines, given the tools, do it, then I think this chance that citizens will step in, share with scientists, and do something other than looking for extraterrestrial life together, actually look at their own bodies, I think it'll just go viral.
Okay, so we have talked about the patients, about the scientists, about the university systems. Are there other stakeholders involved who can influence this development in the right way?
Yeah. Another important question, too, that most people don't think of. Now, there are companies that are wanting to aggregate data together so they can sell it. So companies that generate the data, the genomic companies, are beginning to go, good business, so I don't become just a commodity. And so I think we have to watch for that bad behavior. And the other is sometimes patient advocate communities get so proud of their own role that they forget that leaving the data to their own community is not the best use of that data. So I think the technology companies and the patient advocate groups are on the edge of joining the bad behavior or taking on the good.
Why is that then? Because they want to become better for themselves, or what's the drive?
Yeah. Abraham Lincoln said, if you want to test a person's character, give them power. And what I find happen is whoever has power begins to act on their own self-interest all too quickly. Okay. And so I think it's just a natural phenomenon.
Okay, natural. But how you can prevent that then?
I think it has to be the patients themselves say, this is the way I want this data shared. So when the patient is driving it, I think they could go, I don't want that bad behavior from the universities or from pharma or from data gatherers. And I think they'll keep it honest. They'll push us.
So Sage Bionetworks, the company exists for how long?
So it's a non-profit foundation that's only existed for just under 3 years.
3 years.
And our goal is in the next 5 to have it sustainable so that we don't have to do that work.
Okay, and what is the future of the company, the foundation? How much work is there to be done?
The design work is mostly done. The execution and the learning from those examples is beginning. And I think the most important thing I can say is we have to take a backseat role building the platforms that others will evolve and where people will work, and not think that we could actually be doing the work ourselves. We actually have to be humble and set up a system, help people use it, but not feel as if it depends on us, because it's too big.
Okay, but why should people listen to Sage Bionetworks? You're a startup, new organization.
Yeah.
Why should they listen to you?
Yeah. Well, I think good intent is important, and beyond the good intent, I think we have a reputation from other things that we have done that matches that, and then I think it comes down to listening to their own needs and seeing if they're met.
Okay, and you show them what the interest of all of the participants, in fact, is in this development.
That's right.
So thank you very much, Stephen Friend, for this interview.
My pleasure.
You.
Thank you.